Madam Speaker, I rise in strong support of H.R. 1096, a bill that will mint a series of coins to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the United States Marine Corps. I'd like to thank my colleagues, the gentleman from Massachusetts, Mr. Moulton, and from Michigan, Mr. Bergman, for their work on this bill and for their service. The Marines are one of the most storied branches of the United States Armed Forces. On November 10, 1775, the Second Continental Congress, meeting in Philadelphia, passed a resolution stating that, and I quote, 2 battalions of Marines be raised for service as landing forces with the fleet. This resolution established the Continental Marines and forever marked the birth date of the United States Marine Corps. Now that may be the official inception of the Marines, but if you ask any corpsman, they will tell you that the Marines were formed in a bar. According to Marine legend, newly commissioned captains Samuel Nicholas and Robert Mullen organized the first Marine Corps muster at Tun Tavern, a popular watering hole in Philadelphia. The 2 officers are said to have lured potential Marines with mugs of beer and the promise of adventures on the high sea. They were looking for, quote, a few good men, the few and the proud. Their recruits later made up the first 5 companies who served aboard Continental Navy ships. Shortly after their beginning, the Marines became known for their unconventional and fierce combat. The first amphibious assault in Marine Corps history came on March 3, 1776, when a force under Captain Nicholas of New Providence in the Bahamas. These 220 Marines captured the town and successfully seized several brass cannons and mortars that were directly shipped to George Washington's Continental Army. The Marines served in every American war of the 18th and 19th centuries, but their role as naval troops was limited until June of 1918. In 1918, under General James Harbord, Marines clashed with German forces positioned in a French hunting preserve known as Belleau Wood. Ignoring calls to withdraw, one captain famously said, "Retreat? Hell, we just got here." The Marines held their ground against a German assault and later spearheaded an Allied counterattack on June 6, earning their nickname of Devil Dogs. The Marines have a history that is far too expansive for a floor speech alone. However, every historical battle the Marines took part in left a lasting impact. The Leathernecks of Derna, the Navajo Code Talkers of World War II, and the Montford Point Marines all paved the way for generations of Marines to come, including the 15 corpsmen in the 118th Congress. In August of 2021, Marines were among the last U.S. forces on the battleground in Afghanistan, going above and beyond the call of duty to defend Afghan and American civilians alike who were fleeing the Taliban's advance. 11 of the 13 courageous and honorable service members killed in the terrorist attack on the Kabul airport were members of the United States Marine Corps. These fearless Marines lived and embodied their motto, Semper Fidelis, or always faithful, a motto I am sure will be the centerpiece of the commemorative coin series. I'd like to thank my congressional colleagues who answered the call to service in the Marine Corps, and especially those Marines back home in Missouri's 2nd Congressional District. It is your warrior spirit that we are honoring here today. Madam Speaker, I urge my colleagues to support this bill, and I reserve the balance of my time.